Hey, what's up, guys? Stock Catcher here. Today was another day filled with opportunity, right? You saw stocks rip in face today, and I think that every day is going to be like that until springtime. You're going to see stocks going up a lot, way more than 100%, right? Today, we actually had another 1000% plus runner. The stock was AFJK. This stock went all the way up to almost $108 a share, and this was insane, right? So, this is going to be like this every day where there's going to be big opportunities. So I recommend, if you're not part of the team, right, to subscribe to the channel, as well as if you want, you could become YouTube member. I do live help, as well as I try to help out with the technicals, the entry potential, as well as the exit potential, and a lot of great community help as well, right? So today there's as you see here, the stocks are just ripping face today. So many plays went up as usual, but I only included the top stocks that I, like the top 5 MVP plays for today. And actually, there was a couple stocks in the video as well from yesterday that ended up just going up a lot, like LGHL was in yesterday's video, and then I made a really parabolic move today. So today's first stock would be CYPH. CYPH, this is a stock that made a pretty nice move today. It ran, I believe, 39%, which is a lot, right? No, 40%, almost 40%. So this stock actually has been on my watch list for a while now, I think about a week or two. And I mentioned it on Stock Twits, right? And today it finally broke out of that kind of consolidation pattern, the technical pattern, and what this company essentially is, right? This is Cypherpunk Technologies. So this is small cap bio. Basically, they're focusing on acquiring, developing antibody therapies for oncology indication, right? So this is a stock that actually has potential catalyst. Here you're talking about FDA or regulatory milestone potential, or you're talking about positive clinical or licensing news, or you're talking about MA partnership announcements, right? So CYPH, this is one that I'm gonna be watching closely, right? The hourly chart as well, right? So next stock will be AHT. So AHT, this is Ashford Hospitality Trust. So what this is essentially, it's a hotel REIT owning portfolio of full service hotels across the United States. So AHT actually is also a reverse split stock, if you remember what the theme has been this month, right? A reverse split, low float stocks that have a lot of volume and that just ripping, just completely going parabolic. So this is one that actually made a nice move on after hours. If you look at what happened, this went 42%. And AHT actually also has potential catalysts. You're talking about the recovery in terms of the sector, right? When you're talking about business, leisure, as well as the interest rate angle. You're talking about interest rate angle or recapitalization. And this stock actually, if you look at the fundamental, the company disclosed that in 2025 they showed occupancy improvement because the post-pandemic, right? Remember, during the pandemic, this was a really not the best sector. These hotels, as well as this type of sector, right? So that was a really plus for AHT post-pandemic. So this is one to watch, guys. Next stock will be SINT, SINT technology. So this is actually a stock that, again, is a reverse split, a low float stock. And what SINT essentially does is they're advanced ceramic medical device developer that commercializes silicon nitride materials. So SINT, this is a stock that has potential new clinical data catalyst, or as well as a distribution or partner and agreement, right? Agreement in terms of potential catalyst. So SINT, this is one that has been hitting my scanner actually. And if you look at the extended time frame, right, instead of the 1 minute chart, you could go to the daily chart right now, and it's forming a setup, right? So you want to keep an eye on this reverse split low float stock. So next one would be Chai. So Chai, this is another stock that hit my scanner, and then I'm looking at it right now. It's forming a kind of like consolidating lately. It hasn't had really volatile price action, but if you look at Chai, what they essentially do is this is AI internet angle play. And if you're talking about potential catalysts, it could be AI tech partnerships, larger platform potential, as well as contract, right? This stock used to be SIDA. And if you remember SIDA, that stock, I mentioned it before the news, right? Remember that time the stock went up a lot in the, I think it was the intraday, like it was around lunchtime, and then right now, looking at it right now, this fell from, if you look at the daily chart, this used to be, it was around 16, right? But then if you look at it right now, it's at $2 level, 280. So this is one to keep a very close eye on. Look, you could check out the hourly chart right now, right? So next one will be IMMX. So IMMX, this is a biopharma company. What they do is this is a clinical stage biotech developing CAR cell therapies as well as other oncology program. So if you look at potential IND, CTA filing, or positive safety efficacy data, this is one to definitely consider, considering that this could be a potential multi-day setup. Remember yesterday I said iBio, that stock I said was a potential multi-day setup. And then today it made a really nice move. This stock is not the same setup. If you look at the daily chart, it is kind of extended, right? This did already make a parabolic continuation, but this is something to monitor because if you look at the, like I said earlier, right, the potential catalysts as well as the recent financial information, recent filings show that they have active clinical programs as well as early stage data releases, right? So this is one that you want to check. Also the burn rate as well as the cash runway. When it comes to bio stocks, you always want to check that, guys. I said in the previous video, but you have to check the fundamental side, right? You can't just look at the catalyst or like the FDA or IND. You have to check the you know what I'm talking about, right? So the cash runway as well as the amount burn rate. So next stock would be Tilray. So Tilray, this is a cannabis stock, and what this company does is it's a global consumer product company at like cannabis, and they're branching into beverages, right? Remember I talked about how they're cultivating, processing, as well as distributing cannabis-related consumer product. So if you talk about the U.S. federal cannabis policy shifting potential, as well as you're talking about international market, the global expansion, right, as well as the margin improvement in beverages, as well as CPG line. So Tilray, this is a stock that also did the reverse split, right? Remember I said earlier in the video that reverse split stocks are really hot this month. And I don't think it's going to be stopping anytime soon, like tomorrow, right? I think that this is going to be relevant in the coming days or weeks this month, right? So something to consider would be these reverse split stocks. So today, if you check, actually, Tilray made a really nice move today. This went up 13% from the lows. If you go to the daily chart, this actually broke out of that previous downtrend break, right? It's kind of now curling. I mean, it's kind of like curling over. So Tilray, you have to keep an eye on this, guys. So the next one will be BKKT. So BKKT, this is a fintech SaaS platform, and it's kind of like a crypto angle company, right? So you're talking about infrastructure, where they're focusing on institutional and enterprise crypto services, as well as the stock also has significant ownership ties to Intercontinental Exchange. So I mean, looking at the fundamentals, the revenue growth is definitely there. You're talking about the recent quarters. Some quarters show solid year-over-year revenue increase, as well as the stock actually made a big kind of like a sell-off. If you look at the daily chart, this used to be a stock that I mentioned earlier, and then it made a really big move up, all the way up to almost $50 a share. And then if you look at it right now, it's fell all the way back to where it started, which would be that 1350 psychological area. So BKKT, this is one that I'm watching closely for the coming days, right? So there's only like two stocks. The next one is Mawson Infrastructure Group. So this is a digital infrastructure company focusing on high performance computing data center. Remember I said that earlier in the videos, right? These high computing data center, digital asset infrastructure. When talking about mining support as well, this is going to be a really hot theme as well. Potential catalyst could be expansion of data centers as well as improvement energy, right? We're talking about efficiency, we're talking about new contract potential, right? So this is a stock that you have to keep an eye on. I think this is also a reverse split, right? So MIGI, Makey, this is also setting up. If you look at if you look left on the chart, this has been increasing volume as well as it has been hitting my scanner as well, right? So last stock for the video would be IPW. So IPW, this is the same situation as the last stock I just mentioned. This is another reverse split stock that has been getting my attention, right? So this actually made already a big move in the after hours. If you check the price action, right, this actually ripped face from 12 to 23. So looking at the stock, the daily chart was the reason why I liked it, and then I made a really big move up. So IPW, I'm gonna be watching this. This is e-commerce and supply chain company selling consumer home garden, pet, hydroponic farming products, right? So I think that this week is gonna be really nice, guys. If you made 10 in the video, I appreciate if you liked the video. And I'm gonna be also making more educational videos for you guys, right? So just have a really good week. Stock Catcher signing out. Have a great night, guys.